is a public service committee meeting. Today is Wednesday, February 21st. It's 6 p.m. or 6:01 p.m. on the dot. I'm Juan Anderson Burgos. I am the committee chair. To my right, we have Carmen Ocasio, Councilor Carmen Ocasio, Ward 2 Councilor, and Howard Graney, Councilor Howard Graney from the at-large councilor. Just to let you know, this meeting is on the Community Access channel. We are on Zoom, live streamed, and recorded. We also have Councilor in chambers present. We also have Councilor Patty Devine, at-large councilor, and online we have no other councilors. So with that, I'll entertain a motion to remove item 1 from the table.
So moved.
Perfect, okay. So item 1 is the meeting minutes from December 6, 2023. We can, have you
Move
guys-
to accept and approve.
Okay, can I get a second? Yeah,
Second.
okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. No opposed, so moved. Okay, so now with that, we approve the minutes. I'll entertain a motion to take up item number 2 off the
So
table.
moved. Item number 2 off the table, please.
Second.
All opposed? I mean, sorry. It's like my first day. Okay, so all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Okay. So item number 2 is from Mayor Joshua Garcia, a letter appointing Mr. Axel Fontanez, 71 Lynch Drive, to serve as an associate of the Board of Appeals for the City of Holyoke. Mr. Fontanez will serve a 3-year term. Said term will expire on July 1st, 2026. We do have Mr. Fontanez here with us in chambers. Mr. Fontanez, would you like to have a seat up in front? No, come up. Yeah, of course. So Axel, welcome to the City Council, to the committee meeting. Just explain, tell us a little bit about yourself and your interests in the position. And then what we'll do is the city councilors, if they have any questions to follow up, we'll ask them. But please introduce yourself. It should be, if there's a green light, it should be, yeah.
The bottom button.
Okay, I don't have to hold that one. Hello, good evening. My name's Axel Fontanez. My purpose for, trying to join the board is to seek more knowledge of certain city things and topics that I might not be 100% fluent in, but that I am willing to learn. And also, it'll put me to meet more people and make more relationships to better the city and better understand. There's a lot of shifts that when the years pass and new generations come in and certain things, they change. So I want to be part of the change to be able to positively, help out the city in any way. Just like I'm involved in a couple of other things in the city, and as many might know, recently I'm on the mayor's police commissioner advisory board, and that's great. So I'm not gonna talk a whole lot. I didn't know I was gonna talk at all. That's pretty much it. My resume's there. Any questions, feel free.
Councilor Green.
Yes, Mr. Fontanez, thank you so much for being interested in serving the city. It's a very noble thing that you're willing to do. We need to have more people like you that will step up to serve the city. I just have one question. It's the bottom of your resume. It's your workforce development and career point in Holyoke, and it says you are working with high-risk youth and so forth. Could you just give us a little bit of example of what you did and what the experience was like?
Absolutely. It was a program that was a branch off of that Career Point was involved, the Sheriff's Department. We were bringing youth 16 through 24 years old, young adults, that had been literally just came out of Hampton County. And my part of the program was workforce development. I used pretty much whatever connections I had in the city to businesses at the time. And I'd do mocking interviews with these gentlemen. I would, help them dress for the interview properly, get groomed, anything and everything, work on their resume, tweak it up, and get them into different places, different businesses in the city for 3-4 months, build that on the resume. And, overlapped a little bit and helped in other things there, but my main role was that.
Interesting work, to say the least. Do you have any feedback from any of the people that you helped?
I can say I probably, I'm not going to say I know the exact amount of youth and young men that I dealt with, but
one example would be fine. One success.
I know 3 out
That's
of all
wonderful.
the ones. I actually know one that owns a house. So, he's like, that's exciting. That just happened like last year. And the other 2 are doing well. They're with their families. One of them's, with kids, and they're doing good. So,
Outstanding. Thank you very much.
Three's good.
That's interesting stuff. Gladys was good to work for, I'm sure, too.
So we it overlapped a little bit. We worked with Gladys, but we were with Jacqueline.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Jacqueline. She was
All right. Thank you. And once again,
River
thanks for
Valley.
willing to serve.
Thank you, sir.
Councilor Ocasio.
Axel, I see that you have 5 present employees now, employers now. You got 5 jobs now, current.
So
And with
after I sent it, the FHI one, it was because I had to update it with the Providence Ministries. The FHI one, that one is no longer. Yeah.
okay. With the other 4, with this new role that if you get appointed, would it interfere with your other jobs, your performance?
No, not at all. Most of so right now, Providence Ministries is my main employment. I'm there Monday through Friday. The ambassador stuff that you see there for the chamber, it's a power hour during the morning and an after hours at night, once a month. So you're looking maybe 2 events. Now in March we got the breakfast, coming. So we might have 3 events. I don't know, but that's that. Everything else is like nothing is 2 full-time jobs. Is pretty much what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
I got
thank
the
you.
time.
Councilor Devine.
I just wanted to vote in favor of this appointment. We kind of our paths crossed during debating season, especially down at Holyoke Media, and I have always found him to be very friendly, articulate, and I think you're extremely interested in the city of Holyoke, and I think you do a great job, so good luck to you.
I really appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Counselor, I would like to move to approve the mayor's recommendation for the Board of Appeals.
Second. Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so the full city, so this will go to the full city council, which is, when's the date?
7th.
Yep, it's March 6th.
Sixth.
be- Because of elections. So March 6th. Yep, Wednesday, which is not typical. It's
Yeah,
it's a Wednesday.
Tuesday, yeah,
It's
usually.
Tuesday, correct.
6 p.m.?
Yep, at 6 p.m. Nope, 7, correct, sorry.
7 p.m., okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking 6 today. Thank you so much for your, for volunteering. I really appreciate you.
I appreciate you guys and your time today. And I honestly, I felt like I was back at the debate table for a second there, but,
No,
oh my God. All right, have a good one.
You too.
I'll entertain a motion to take up item 3 off the table.
Move to take item 3 off the table?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? So moved. Item number 3 is from Mayor Joshua A. Garcia, letter appointing Miss Patricia Normand, 36 Pleasant Street, to serve as a member of the Conservation Commission for the City of Holyoke. Miss Normand will replace Mrs. Chelsea Gazillo and will serve as Miss Gazillo's remainder term. Said term will expire February 1st, 2025. I'm assuming that Miss Normand is here. Would you like, please, have a seat in front? Make sure the mic is on. Is it green? Perfect, okay. Ms. Normand, welcome to the Holyoke Public Service Committee meeting. Please introduce yourself, interests that you have for this position, and thank you so much for your interest.
I'm Patricia Normand. I live on Pleasant Street here in Holyoke. I'm a Valley girl. I grew up in Leverett.
I don't think the mic is on.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't think, it press it till the green light comes on. It is? No,
it is?
no, it's not. Go down in the very beginning, like right there.
There you go.
There you go.
There we go. Let's start over, shall we?
Okay. I'm still Patricia Normand, and I still live on Pleasant Street. I've lived in Holyoke for 13 years, but I've never left the Valley. I'm a hiker. I row on the river. I really love the outdoors. But since retirement, too, I've been able to do some classes at GCC to learn a little bit more about natural history and geology. And so I'm really committed to conservation. But I was also a small business owner for 33 years, and so I completely understand that compromise is always a part of the equation when addressing conservation issues, that it's not just a cut and dry affair. I'm very pragmatic in that regard. I also, because I had a business, I'm very well versed in public relations, and I think that that's a lot of this job, because the rules are already in place, but you need to be able to communicate those sorts of rules and regulations to people who may not understand them, and try to bring them over to understand them because they need to comply with them. So I've been able to be observing the meetings since December, so I understand what the Conservation Commission more or less does. I've been impressed at how even-handed they are, and although I'm very green at doing this sort of thing, and I have a lot to learn, I think that I would really like to approach this with compassion and understanding, and try my best to make a go of it. My age is an asset, I think, because not only do I have understanding of people, but I also have time to devote to learning this position.
Thank you so much. That's very helpful. Councilor Greenie.
Yes, I just have one quick question, Mrs. Normand, and certainly age is, I'll certainly agree with that it is a wonderful thing. You know, living to an old age is a privilege denied by many. On your resume, you say you're an active member of the Hampshire Rowing Club, and you're involved in rowing and rowing. Do you know anything about the Holyoke Rose, the youth program that we have at Jones Point down in Holyoke.
I
Because
do.
one of our most important natural
It
resources,
is
obviously, is our riverfront
amazing.
property. And it's very near and dear to my heart. So what do you know about that particular program,
I've
which is
only
very
been with
interesting?
Holyoke Rose for a year. I just joined this past summer. Before that, I was rowing out of the Holyoke College boathouse up the river a little bit. So I only tangentially know about it. I think it's amazing. I think that being able to row gives kids not only some physical diversion but also a sense of team. And I haven't gotten involved in it yet, but it's a very admirable program.
That's good, thank you. Yeah, the river is, it's very important. It's a very important natural resource to Holyoke, and certainly most of the city council that I know, our hearts are certainly in that area.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful riverfront, and we need to take care of it.
Well, it's funny, I did grow up in the valley, but I've never, until I moved to Holyoke, didn't fully appreciate how much the river is a part of our life. We live right on the river, so I get to see it every day, and it's a great privilege, and I watch the bird life, and it's just wonderful. Yes.
Once again, thank you for your willingness to serve.
Any other? No? Well, yeah, this is, Ms. Norman, I am very, very thoroughly impressed with not just your resume, but what you presented to us today. I will tell you, as far as the Connecticut River, when I was a child, I used to jump off High Rock, even though I was told
Oh my
not to.
goodness! Oh, you were one of those. We're right.
I'm
above
still
High Rock.
here. So, but we're happy to have you. We really are. So I did
Believe it or not, me too.
Oh no!
you jumped off High Rock.
We live right above High Rock.
We had a raft.
Here, the parties. at
It's
High
so
Rock.
so the kids would not jump off the highest section,
Yeah.
and so I was the first one to do it out of the group. And so I'll never do it again, because it was scary on the way. I was like, I'm going to die. So, but yeah, that's my history with the Connecticut River. But I am familiar with Holyoke Rose, and you're right. It really gives the youth something to team about, right, and to work with, and to keep them physically fit and healthy mentally. So thank you for what you've brought today. Would like something?
Yes, I'd like to make a motion that we recommend that Mrs. Norman becomes a member of the Conservation Commission. I think she's a fine candidate, and I think she'll do a wonderful job.
Second.
Okay. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? So moved. So this appointment will go to the full city council meeting and will be taken up then, which is March 6th. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Very
I'll do
happy.
my best to do a really good job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, just push the button. There you go.
Thank you.
I'll entertain a motion to take up item number 4 off the table.
So moved.
Second.
Item number 4 from Mayor Joshua A. Garcia. Letter appointing Miss Zaisha Robert, 267 Walnut Street, to serve as a member of the Historical Commission for the City of Holyoke. Miss Robert will replace Luis Salazar and will serve a 3-year term. Said term will expire December 1st, 2026. I believe Ms. Zaya is...
I'm online. Zaisha.
Zaisha, thank you. Miss Robert.
No worries.
I'm going to say Miss Robert. Miss Robert,
works too.
thank you so much for your interest in the City of Holyoke and this committee. Please tell us a little bit about yourself, your interest, anything that we should know.
Okay. Yeah. So I grew up in Holyoke. So I went to Holyoke High, Holyoke Schools, graduated from Holyoke High and HCC. I've been working in the community of Holyoke for the past several years. So I've been a licensed real estate agent for 5 years. I used to work in residential. I've helped a lot of families purchase homes. And then as of 2.5 years ago, I got into commercial real estate. And I've had a focus in just the overall community of Holyoke, helping with the downtown, trying to get, abandoned buildings into the hands of new owners, new tenants, things like that. I didn't, being on the historical commission just kind of fell on my lap. Someone had asked me if it was something I'd be interested in, and then I was appointed. I think that my overall experience in real estate would be, instrumental to being on the board. I think that overall I have like a passion for preserving, original architecture. I think there's something to be learned into future generations and future development and preserving history. But yeah, that's the gist of what I've done over the past few years.
Thank you, Ms. Roberts. I really appreciate that.
Sure. I have a couple of quick questions. Ma'am, Miss Robert, is that fine?
Yeah.
Some of us believe, as you are an employee or have worked for the Holyoke YMCA, some of us believe that actually basketball was invented in Holyoke, not in Springfield. And there is
So
a
I've
lot
heard.
there, and there is some evidence out there to corroborate that. But once again, I don't want to go on the record about that. But Fairfield Avenue is a wonderful street in Holyoke, a historical district. Some of the houses are a little bit in disrepair, but some of the materials to go ahead and refurbish some of those properties is astronomically expensive. Would you be aware of, or would you look for any grants that perhaps might help some of the people on Hillside Avenue to improve their properties? Because that is one of our historical district streets.
Yeah, so it's all aligned with the work that I'm already doing in my day-to-day job, always looking for resources for clients. I don't work in residential real estate anymore, but I do know historical tax consultants that I can help connect homeowners with, and just, overall resources to the Historical Commission board. It's something I can absolutely look into and figure out what resources might be valuable.
That's wonderful. Thank you. That's all I have.
I'm all set. I saw you today, right? Miss Robert?
Probably.
Yes, I did. Yeah, I did.
Yes, at the PI meeting this morning.
Yes, I did.
Yes.
And I don't see any other elected official online.
I'd like to recommend that we approve Ms. Roberts' appointment to the to the Historical Commission.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Ms. Roberts, I want to personally thank you for your interest. So this appointment will go to our next full city council meeting, which will be taken up, which is March 6th at 7 p.m. Not 6 p.m., 7 p.m. There was a mix-up.
Got it.
Thank you
Well,
so
so
much. Thank you. Take care. Have a good night.
You too.
Okay. So I'll entertain a motion to take up as a package items 5 and 6.
So moved. Items 5 and 6 as a package.
Okay. So let me read it into the record. So item 5 was filed by Councilor McGee, ordered that a tree be planted out in front of City Hall near Dwight's side in order to have a permanent tree lighting purpose. And this was tabled back December 6, 2023. Communication had come in, and so what the mayor had asked, there was no active discussion, so the mayor had asked that the committee would get rid of it. So that's item number 5. Now let me read item number 6 into the record. Item number 6 from Mayor Joshua A. Garcia, letter appointing Miss Roseanne A. Lopez, 253 Sargent Street, to serve as a member of the Board of Appeals for the City of Holyoke. Miss Lopez will replace Miss Mary Moynihan and will serve Mrs. Moynihan's remainder term. Said term will expire July 1st, 2024. And what came in was there were questions regarding Roseanne serving on the license board and the planning board. There was a conflict. There could be possibly a conflict. So Paul Burns Johnson was appointed instead of her. He was appointed back in December. The entertained motion would be to leave to withdraw.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to move that items 5 and 6 both be given leave to withdraw.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? So moved. And this is probably the quickest meeting.
Move to adjourn.
So I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So moved. This meeting has now been adjourned. Thank you so much for watching. It's probably the fastest meeting ever in history. Have a good night, folks.